discussing about truth and the truth of being. It is called the ontological truth. Ontology. Ontology is a science of being. So it's called ontological truth of being. And truth of being is that all beings are true. Meaning to say what? All beings can be known by the mind. Of course, human mind is very limited. Even then, we know when the things show themselves, when the things open themselves, the mind is able to know them. So, knowing did not mean that I know everything about an object, but the very fact that something exists, that itself is knowledge. The very fact that something exists, that itself is knowledge.
Somebody is talking.
Who is talking there? I
Rakesh,
don't know who is
Balaswami father,
talking.
Balaswami.
Bala mother.
Balaswamy, you, where is that fellow man? Balaswamy, where is that man? Dangerous man. He is the one who is busy talking with ladies there. Balaswamy, show your face, man.
Darkness, Father.
You are the fellow. So, am I clear about this truth?
Yes, Father.
Is it clear about transcendental property? Now, then goodness. Now, the third transcendental property is good. What does good means? Aristotle has given a definition. Good is that which all desire. Good is that which we desire. Now, the word desire here should be understood in a large sense. Desire does not mean only a psychological desire. There are varieties of desire. There is a spiritual desire. There is a metaphysical desire. There is a social desire. That is a psychological desire. Emotional desire. Now, we are not talking about emotional, psychological desire here. We are talking about the metaphysical desire. Good is that which all desire. Now, the desire should not be misunderstood as an emotional desire. Emotional desire, we don't desire, everybody does not desire the same thing. For example, my friend Gleason, he
Yes,
desires
Father.
to eat 7 or 8 idlis, which I don't desire. If you ask me, I like morning sajjige, but which you don't like, you don't desire. If you ask me, what do you desire? I say, I desire to be in the room, it's heavily rainy. I would love to sit in the room, read something and watch something beautiful, meaningful. Whereas if I ask you, what do you like? You would say, we would like to go out. So desires are different. These are emotional desires. Our social desires are different. But here we are not talking about that. Good is that which all desire means. The desire here is not a psychological desire. It's a metaphysical desire. That means that which there is an attraction to whatever exists. Good is that which all desire. The very fact that something exists, it creates a desire. The very fact that something exists, it creates a desire. Meaning to say what? It draws your attention to. It pulls you towards that. It draws your attention. It pulls you towards that. That is the meaning of the word desire. Good is that which all desire. So it does not mean that whatever I desire only good, whatever I don't desire is not good. Very fact that something exists, it is desirable. It is desirable. Not psychological, metaphysically, by itself. I am desiring something not because it is good for me. Many things may not be good for me. But I am desiring something because it is good in itself. I am desiring something because it is good in itself. Not because it is good for me. It is good in itself. That's why I desire. Am I clear?
Vishwa.
Yes, Father.
Anybody has
Yes,
doubt?
Father.
Yes,
No,
Father.
Father.
Understood, Father.
Understood.
Father.
Now, in this, I am not going to explain the further. There are varieties, kinds of goods which you have in the notes, and they are very simple. I am not talking about the types of goods. That may not be that important. then finally every being is beautiful. Once again, we have to associate beauty and goodness. Beauty is that which what is the definition of Saint Thomas? That which
That which
pleases
pleases
That
when
please us when we
seen.
see it.
Yeah.
when see.
So once again, we have to keep in mind the expression pleasing. These are the words which you use in the daily life. Therefore, there is a confusion sometimes. Pleasing does not mean psychological pleasing. Pleasing does not mean emotional pleasing. Pleasing does not mean my personal satisfaction. That is not the meaning of the word pleasing. That which pleases when seen. Now, this pleasing is more a metaphysical way of pleasing. If you take psychological pleasing, then I may not be happy to see somebody, some human beings. I may not like to see some human beings and be happy. I will be interested in seeing some other human beings, Rakesh. My friend Rakesh certainly will not be happy to see some human beings. Old people, he may not be happy to see them. He may be happy to see very young people, good looking.
Aunties were.
You see, that is psychological pleasing. He may not be happy to see Father Joseph Martin. What is the use of seeing him? It is good for nothing. That is psychological pleasing. On the other hand, you take him to some nice, these fancy centers, or what we call in Mangalore, what center we have,
City center.
that famous shopping mall.
City center. City center.
City center, you take him there and young people there, he may say, wow, this is fascinating.
Aloysius College. Aloysius College.
This is psychological pleasing. My friend Denzil, he will be very happy to go to shopping centers and see the young people there instead of seeing old people in the seminary, retired. You see? But that is not the meaning. Yeah, pleased means I am drawn towards something. Very fact that something exists, the very fact that something exists, it is pleasing. My friend Simon, for example, is there.
Father,
I'm pleased to see him, Simon.
yes,
Simon, what
yeah,
phenomenon I
Father.
have been asking for you. You have become like football.
Father,
You must be enjoying life there.
yes, yes. Happy to
Must
see
be
you
full of
after becoming Bahubali, Father.
Bahubali means he is eating idlis, 7, 8 dosas.
How are you, Father?
I am fantastic.
You
Don't
may
you
fall
see
down.
me? Very strong man.
Don't do beer.
Very
Control yourself.
strong.
You may fall down back.
No, no, no. This is a very strong chair. It's a very strong. You see?
Oh,
So
Father.
anyway, all the best, Simon. We'll talk another day.
Yeah. Because you are busy now.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Father.
Yeah.
Nice to
Talk
see
another
you.
day. Okay.
Love you always.
Okay. Me too. So pleased when seen. So it does not refer to only aesthetic beauty, physical beauty. It does not refer to that. It refers to beauty in itself. In itself, everything is beautiful. In itself, everything is beautiful. In itself, when a thing has its nature, it's beautiful. For example, a crocodile. I don't know whether you have seen crocodile. The very fact that a crocodile has the nature of a crocodile, certainly it has to have a nature of a crocodile. Then it's beautiful because it has the nature of a crocodile. If you see, for example, my friend Gleason might be seeing because not far away from forest. If you see a wild boar, wild pig, wild boar should have the nature of a wild boar. That's why when it is seen as a wild boar, it's beautiful because it has the nature of a wild boar. You cannot expect wild boar to be a lamb. It has to have the nature of a wild boar. The same thing if you see a mosquito, it has to have the nature of a mosquito. Otherwise, the very fact that it has the nature of a mosquito, it is beautiful because it has that nature. In that perspective, every being is beautiful. Am I clear?
Yes, Father. Understood.
On this transcendental
Yes,
properties,
Father.
I have not explained in detail, but I think you can understand by now.
Yes, Father. Yes, yes, Father.
Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Father, about Immanuel Kant,
No,
his
about this.
synthesis.
About this first, then afterwards Immanuel Kant. Is it okay?
Yes, Father.
About this, is it okay?
Yes,
Yes,
Father.
Father. Understood.
Ah. So, now anybody else? Any about Immanuel Kant? What do you want about Immanuel Kant?
Terms,
Metaphysics.
Father, that synthesis.
Huh? What exactly you want about Immanuel Kant? Tell me.
So for his synthetic something is there, Father.
Ah.
Clarification of terms.
Synthesis.
Ah. So that will come back. We'll certainly will come back to Kant. Before that, in any of these metaphysics, any other thing in metaphysics, I will come back to Kant. Certainly will come back. Any other in metaphysics, ontology. In ontology or metaphysics, any other area which is I suppose everybody is there. Sukesh, are you there, man?
Yes,
Ah, you are there.
Father.
Thank God. Okay. You are there. Ah. So, am I clear on any other issues on metaphysics?
Yes, Father.
React, man. Say something, man.
Understood,
Yes,
Father.
Father.
Clear.
It's clear. It's clear.
It's clear. Things are
Yes,
okay.
Father. Yes, Father.
Yes,
Okay.
Father.
Okay. Now, regarding the question of Immanuel Kant has made a distinction between various types of judgments. Various types of judgments in the epistemology of Immanuel Kant. You know, in the epistemology of Immanuel Kant, there are various types of judgments. Now, judgments, we have to understand the word judgment not like a court judgment. We are talking about knowledge judgment. Now, these words are used in daily life. So, you should not understand by judgments and all that court words. It's not, we have to refer to the philosophical dictionary. So, in our this one, there are a priori, a posteriori. You know, a priori, a posteriori. A priori means things before experience. A priori. You know, I know things even before experiencing them. A priori. Understood? What is a priori? I know things without recourse to experience. It's a priori. A posteriori means I have experience, I know things through experience. A posteriori. A priori, a posteriori. Prio, postio. You know, a prio comes before experience, a posteriori after experience. That's one of the classification. Another classification is synthetic and analytic. Now, analytic corresponds to a priori. It's an analytical judgment. Analytical means you just analyze what is written. I gave you example in the class. You can say that, black cow is black. Remember, I used that expression in the house of Denzil because I saw cows in his house. Black cow is black. Do you have to go and verify it? Have you to go to Denzil's house to verify whether black cows are black? Hello?
No, 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 no.
No, Father.
No, Father.
You don't have to go to Denzil's house to see whether black cows are black in his house. If you say that I came to verify to his father that Father Joseph Marty said in Denzil's house black cows are black. So my friend, who is this fellow? My friend Rajesh goes to Denzil's house and he meets his father, and his father asks him, "Why have you come?" No, Father Joseph Marty said in your house black cows are black. I want to verify.
Yes, Father.
Then Denzil's father will say, "Admit this man at the earliest." Am I clear?
Yes, Father.
So does it require
Yes,
a
Father.
verification?
No, Father.
Nothing.
Absolutely. not.
Secondly, does it give you any knowledge?
No, Father.
Does it give you any
No.
knowledge? Black cow is black. Does it give you any knowledge?
No, Father.
No, it doesn't give. So
Nothing.
that is analytic statement. Synthetic statement is that it is a statement where I get some new knowledge. It is a statement where I get some new knowledge. If I say black cows are good, if I say black cows are good, when I want to buy a cow, it is good that I buy a black cow. Why? Because somebody told me black cows are good. Now my friend Rajesh goes to Denzil's house and meets his father and says, "Sir, I would like to know whether black cows are good because I am in the verge of buying a cow." Then his father will say, "Very good. Yeah, in our house there are black cows. They are very good. They are very gentle, very kind. On the contrary, if you buy red cows, they are very dangerous and they will not give milk and so on."
Even we have to use that keyboard.
Rakesh, Father.
Am I clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
So,
Yes, Father.
synthetic, analytic and synthetic statements or judgment, a priori and a posteriori. Now, so far it is there, it is everywhere. It is nothing new. Kant is not inventing this. Now, Kant is saying there is a third category or fourth or fifth category of synthetic a priori, which requires both experience as well as this one. What is that?
Reason.
This one, categories of the mind. Or it has a combination of a priori without experience, and also it has a combination of experience, synthetic a priori. And he calls synthetic a priori as a new contribution of Immanuel Kant. In the synthetic a priori, you have a priori, and at the same time it is synthetic, means it has a recourse to experience. For example, he says the mathematical judgments or mathematical statements, 5 plus 7 is 12. He says 5 plus 7 is 12, for which I also require experience, but experience alone is not enough. I also require the calculations from the mind. Synthetic a priori. So this is the contribution of Immanuel Kant. So there is a priori, which was there already, a posteriori, synthetic, analytic. Now Kant is coming out with another category of judgments called synthetic a priori, where he says it is not enough only to have the mind alone, it is not enough only to have experience alone. We need both these combined together. That is the theory of Kant. We have seen at length in the epistemology of Kant how Kant is saying he is trying to bridge the gap between the rationalist on the one hand, who says that mind alone is enough, empiricist on the other hand, who says that experience alone is enough. So if rationalists said that all knowledge is built within us, there is no need of experience. If empirists said that we are born with tabula rasa, there is no knowledge at all when we are born. All knowledge is gained through experience. That was the position of the empiricists. Whereas rationalists said that we are born with full knowledge. Experience only unfolds our knowledge, which is already there inside us. So these were the two opposing schools of thought. One saying that all knowledge is built within, another saying that all knowledge is coming from outside. Now Kant is trying to bridge the gap between the two, saying that knowledge requires both our inbuilt structure and knowledge also requires our experience. So he is combining these two, and he is bringing out synthetic a priori. A priori is in the mind, synthetic is in experience. So synthetic a priori judgment. And I have explained to you with the figure there, the figure of a big head. Remember that big head I had drawn.
Yes, Father.
Remember the big head I had drawn.
Yes, Father.
Jivan, are you there?
Yes, Father.
Father. Yes, Father, it is clear.
Time, space.
Who else? Anything else? Anything else that comes to your mind? What about my friend Glanson? Where is he?
He is there, Father.
Is there?
Is he there?
I think he's there.
Normally we used to see him. Today I don't see him.
Not there, Father. He's not there.
He's not there.
He's not there.
Yeah, normally he was there. Dominic, are you there, man?
Not there.
He's also wait for.
Dominic, he must have gone to buy fish.
He is also not there.
He must have gone to buy fish. Sean. Sean is
Uncle
back.
Sean
That's
is there.
Good news. What about rain this time, and Sean? Are you getting floods again? Can't hear you.
It doesn't have mic, Father.
It doesn't have mic. Okay. Okay. So, any other question?
Nothing, Father.
If there are no other questions, we wind up. And if you have more questions, you can let me know afterwards.
Father, essence.
Am I clear?
Essence and existence.
Yes, Father.
Is it very clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Very good. So anyway, so now you study, man. You study, William.
Yes, Father.
You don't go to the aesthetician. Afterwards you go. Study.